Today's financial market update, the most important market insights you need to know. Market sentiment is bullish mild. Market is performing well across major indices. Index performance, S&P 500 at plus 0.74%, Dow Jones 0.78%, NASDAQ at plus 1.7%, Russell 2000 at plus 1.09%. The stock market is currently exhibiting a bullish sentiment driven by mixed signals and sector performances. The overall bullish sentiment suggests cautious optimism among investors, despite significant volatility in specific stocks and sectors. Consider exploring opportunities in companies like ACLX that demonstrate strong potential for growth based on promising trial results. U.S. job and unemployment data remains stable, suggesting no manipulation affecting current economic indicators. Stable job data suggests a resilient labor market, but the looming tariff increase could disrupt this equilibrium and drive prices higher. Consider diversifying portfolios with inflation-protected securities or commodities, as these assets often perform well during inflationary periods. Henry Schein's Q4 2025 revenue reached $3.44 billion, but its GAAP profit of 0.85 cents per share fell short of expectations. Henry Schein's mixed results signal potential volatility for investors, indicating a need for caution in evaluating earnings versus expectations. Consider diversifying into Regions Financial, as its solid earnings report may indicate continued stability and growth potential in the banking sector. Consumer confidence is declining, impacting spending habits and leading to cautious investment in consumer staples. The decline in consumer confidence suggests that households are tightening budgets, which may slow economic growth and affect corporate earnings. Consider reallocating investments towards consumer staples, as steady demand may provide stability during periods of economic uncertainty. The effective federal funds rate fell from 4.33% in February 2025 to 3.64% in January 2026, marking a significant decrease. A decline in the federal funds rate often signals a favorable environment for equity investments, as lower borrowing costs can attract investors. Consider increasing exposure to growth-oriented sectors like technology and consumer discretionary, which typically benefit from lower borrowing costs. President Trump's recent tariff revisions are projected to impact GDP growth forecasts, with estimates showing a potential decrease of 0.5% in the coming quarter. The tariff changes signal a shift in trade policy that could dampen business investment, directly affecting GDP growth and overall economic sentiment. Consider diversifying portfolios into sectors less affected by tariffs, such as technology and healthcare, to mitigate potential GDP-related declines. Chevron has completed its first sale of Venezuelan Boscan crude to Reliance I since December 2023. This transaction signals a potential shift in crude supply dynamics, especially as Reliance diversifies its oil sources in response to market changes. Consider investing in companies that are expanding their crude supply chains, as they may benefit from increased Venezuelan oil availability. Investors have pulled 4.3 billion from spot Bitcoin ETFs over the last 5 weeks, indicating shifting risk appetites. The substantial withdrawal from Bitcoin ETFs suggests a cautious approach by investors, potentially signaling fears about market stability and future returns. Consider diversifying portfolios by incorporating safe haven assets like gold or government bonds that tend to perform well during market volatility. Chevron has sold Venezuelan Boscan crude oil to Reliance Industries in India, marking the first sale since December 2023. The Chevron sale signifies a shift in the global oil market, where traditional trade routes and buyers are evolving due to geopolitical pressures. Investors may consider diversifying into energy stocks or commodities that benefit from increased volatility in oil prices due to geopolitical tensions. Chevron completed its first sale of Venezuelan crude oil to Reliance Industries in 6 years, signifying a notable market shift. Chevron's renewed engagement with Venezuela illustrates a potential shift in global oil supply dynamics, which may affect pricing and availability. Consider adding exposure to companies like Chevron and Diamondback Energy, as their actions signal strong fundamentals and potential growth opportunities. President Trump increased tariffs on China to 15% on February 23, 2026, intensifying trade tensions. Rising tariffs may lead to higher costs for consumers and businesses, signaling potential inflation and reduced economic growth in both the U.S. and China. Investors should consider diversifying into sectors that may benefit from AI advancements, such as tech and automation firms in China's market. The U.S. bond market has experienced a significant uptick in volatility, with measures like the MOVE Index rising by 15% this month. Increased volatility suggests that bond investors may face heightened risks, leading to a cautious approach in portfolio allocations and trading strategies. Consider diversifying your bond portfolio with a mix of corporate bonds and municipal bonds to mitigate risks associated with Treasury volatility. Kroger is set to break ground on a new marketplace store in McKinney on February 27, 2026, with an early 2027 opening. The groundbreaking of Kroger's new store indicates strong consumer demand and a growing retail sector, which is attractive for investors. Consider investing in retail-focused real estate investment trusts, REITs, that could benefit from Kroger's expansion and increased foot traffic. Private equity firms are increasingly pursuing distressed assets driven by fluctuating valuations in the current economic climate. The focus on distressed assets suggests that private equity firms are adapting to economic uncertainty by seeking undervalued opportunities for growth. Consider allocating capital towards distressed assets, as they may offer substantial upside potential amid current valuation fluctuations. FactSet shares surged 7 cents following the successful integration of the AI model Claude into its financial data services. The rise in FactSet stock reflects strong market confidence in AI's potential to enhance data analytics, indicating a possible trend toward tech-driven growth. Consider investing in tech companies like FactSet that leverage AI to improve their service offerings and operational efficiencies. Bitcoin has fallen below 65K, leading to around $500 million in liquidations across the market. The significant drop in Bitcoin's price suggests a shift in market sentiment, potentially increasing investor anxiety and volatility. Consider utilizing dollar-cost averaging strategies to build a position in Bitcoin during this volatile period for potential long-term gains. Constellation Energy has postponed its annual financial guidance, now expected in March, introducing a period of uncertainty. The postponement of guidance may create short-term volatility, but the rising stock price indicates underlying investor confidence in the company's fundamentals. Consider increasing exposure to Constellation Energy as the stock approaches a 6-week high, indicating strong investor interest and potential upside. Thank you for watching Februa, your financial Sherpa.